It's a crazy job market out there, which means you need to step up your game in getting their attention. After quitting my job last April, I finally decided to start my job search in mid-August. And in just 6 weeks, I cannot believe I did it. I landed my dream job. And today I want to tell you what I did to help me fast-track my job search. I am waiting for 2 updates from 2 companies this week. Grab coffee and then we're going to go to Trader Joe's. I'm trying this spinach feta. During my sabbatical, I asked God for 3 very specific things for my next job. I wanted it to be an early phase startup where I can get a good amount of equity and make a visible difference in their growth. Then I wanted a flexible remote structure that allows me to work anywhere and still do stuff with my family. And lastly, I wanted it to be in a specific salary range higher than my last role, enough to make me feel excited and motivated. And that's exactly what I got. I'm not surprised because he's done this for me too many times, but I will always be amazed by his faithfulness. There's a verse that goes, "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks the door will be opened." But does that mean that Jesus will just give me anything I ask under the sun? Of course not. Jesus encourages his followers to trust in God's provision. He emphasizes that God is a loving Father who listens to the prayers of his children and responds to their needs. When your asking, seeking, and knocking is done in faith and in alignment with God's will, he will listen. He is a generous Father. And if he is not providing something that you're asking in this season, trust that he has a reason for that. At the end of the day, my prayer has always been for his will to be done in my life, and for me to end up in a company that he wants for me, that he knows will be good for me. I've always wanted his will in this more than mine, because I've seen his will in my life, and it has always been what was best for me, far more than I could have asked for. His good, pleasing, and perfect will. So going back to what I did in my job search. First, I leveraged my network. Former colleagues, former recruiters that I've worked with, former clients. If you've had years of experience in the industry you're in, you have a gold mine of connections. In fact, the very first thing I did was reach out to a former colleague who now works for a new company. Before I did this, of course, I made sure to check if there was a role in their company that aligned with my experience. He referred me to their people team, and that became my first interview. Here are some screenshots for actual examples of what I said when I reached out to my connections. For context, I submitted applications, including these outreaches, only during the first 2 days of my search. I only applied to about 11 companies, and out of these 11, I got 5 interviews. Out of the 5, I made it to 2 case study stages, which is typically the final stage. Now, I would have told myself to submit more applications if none of these were going to a positive route. The reason why I didn't submit more applications was because I was really getting busy with the back-to-back interviews, and I wanted to fully be present and focused as I go into each interview, really prepare. And I was also doing a couple of the case studies already, which really took a lot of my time. I know and agree that job searching, like a lot of things in life, is a numbers game. But if you are not intentional with your search, that numbers game will not work in your favor. Which takes me to my next point. Be intentional. Don't just apply for any job that's open just because it's the same role or title you're looking for. I know it's easy to get into this mindset, especially when you're not hearing back from your applications. And maybe that's exactly why you're not hearing back from your applications. Yes, it's a numbers game, but if you're throwing your chances to job posts that don't truly align to your experience, then you're still playing the wrong numbers game. Only apply to roles where you know you're a strong candidate. Roles where you'd read the job description and say to yourself, I would be perfect for this. When it's more like, I think I can do this job, or I can give this a shot, I check some of the boxes, don't do it. They'll see through you at some point of the process. They know exactly what they're looking for, and if it's not you, they'll know. Your time is precious, and you don't want to waste it applying to the wrong jobs. When you're applying to a job, you're filling out forms, you're submitting your application, you're doing an initial interview with the HR, and you're going through back-to-back interviews. That's a lot of time to waste if you know from the beginning that you wouldn't have a chance for this job. So only throw your chances to jobs where you know you can be like a rock star. The one last thing I want to share I did differently was to be bold. Be bold and reach out to the hiring manager. Sometimes they post the hiring manager on LinkedIn job posts, and if they don't, do your research and find the potential hiring manager for the role. For example, if you're applying for an account manager role, try to find the head of account management or the team lead and manager for account management. You'll see this on their company page, the people page on their LinkedIn. Let them know that you submitted your application and tell them how interested and excited you are because of how much it aligns with your expertise. This strategy actually worked for me. I ended up getting the job offer from one of the companies where I reached out to the hiring manager directly to let them know I applied for the job and that I was so excited. And yes, he responded, and fast forward to this week, after multiple interviews and a case study round, I officially got their offer. So those are the 3 things that really helped me find a job in just 6 weeks. Now, I know it's a tough market out there and different industries will have different experiences, but I hope this helps anyone here somehow. So please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if I can help you prep at all with anything. I'd love to connect and be a resource for you all. If you found this helpful, please do like and subscribe. That will really help me be able to continue making these videos. That's it for today, and I hope to see you on the next one.